This is the world now, bringing you everything you need to know from around the globe. Iran is reportedly demanding that shipping companies pay tolls in cryptocurrency at $1 per barrel of oil before allowing tankers to transit the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's oil exporters union said each vessel must submit cargo details by email, after which authorities will assess the ship and issue a payment demand in digital currency. Vessels attempting to pass without prior approval received radio warnings on Wednesday that they would face military strikes. The White House rejected the toll demand outright, saying Trump wants the strait opened, quote, immediately and without any restrictions. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said the strait is open, but ship tracking data show only 2 bulk carriers have transited since the ceasefire took effect, while an estimated 300 to 400 vessels remain stranded in the Gulf. Legal experts warn that any toll arrangement would violate international maritime law, setting a precedent with consequences well beyond the Strait of Hormuz. The first round of ceasefire negotiations is set for Saturday in Islamabad, led by Vice President J.D. Vance, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and Jared Kushner. Minutes from the Fed's March meeting released on Wednesday showed most policymakers still expected to lower rates at some point this year, but flagged the Iran war's impact on inflation and labor market as key uncertainties. Some officials said they needed to stay open to rate hikes if inflation remained elevated. Oil prices remain roughly 30% above pre-war levels, despite a sharp drop following the ceasefire. Interest rate futures on Wednesday put the odds of a Fed rate cut by year-end at roughly 1 in 4. That's a significant shift from before the ceasefire, when traders had begun pricing in the possibility of a hike. San Francisco Fed President Mary Daly said on Wednesday that it was too early to judge how the conflict and energy costs would ultimately shape the U.S. economy, a view that captures where the Fed stands as a whole. In Rio de Janeiro's Olympic Park, a fire at the velodrome in the early hours of Wednesday gutted the ceiling of the arena before firefighters brought the blaze under control. No injuries were reported. 80 firefighters and 20 fire trucks responded to the scene. The building houses the Olympic Museum, which holds artifacts including the original Olympic torch and medals from the 2016 Rio Games. The city's mayor said both the velodrome and the museum sustained minimal damage. The velodrome previously suffered 2 separate fires in 2017. A Los Angeles federal court on Wednesday sentenced drug dealer Jasveen Sangha to 15 years in prison for her role in the 2023 death of Friends actor Matthew Perry. It is the longest sentence handed down so far in the case. Sangha pleaded guilty to 5 felony drug counts, including distributing the ketamine that ultimately killed Perry at his Los Angeles home at age 54. The court found that the so-called ketamine queen had continued selling illegal drugs for 6 months after Perry's death, a factor the judge cited in rejecting leniency arguments from the defense. Chu Ji-han, ArirangNews.